Having a kundli in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that you can book a Kundli PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundli PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundli PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Hello seekers, welcome to Punneits Astrology, your one-stop astro channel. Let's move away from the transits and try to understand some of the effect of the transit on certain specific conjunctions, certain specific Dasha Mahadasha. So if you are having a Mars Ketu conjunction in your birth chart, Mars Rahu conjunction in your birth chart, if you have Ketu in Mars zodiac signs such as Scorpio or Aries, if you are running Mars Mahadasha, Mars Antardasha, Ketu Mahadasha, Ketu Antardasha, or Mars Ketu Mahadasha Antardasha in any order, or even Dasha Pratyantar Dasha, try to understand and watch this video till the end. This is going to be a technical analysis. For everybody else, this is more about a general interpretation of how the Dasha Antardasha works. Now, why am I making this video? Because right now you are experiencing a Mars and Ketu combination in the zodiac sign of Leo. And on top of that, you are also facing a Graha Yuddha of Sun and Jupiter in the sign of Gemini. Mars has an 8th aspect or Marak Drishti on Shani, Saturn, but Saturn does not have any aspect on Mars. So definitely people with those kind of placement which I suggested now will be impacted greatly. But I will explain you how can you experience Mars and Ketu energies, and you will get to learn what Mars Mahadasha and Ketu Antardasha or vice versa can do. For others, it is more like a brief glimpse into this kind of Dasha Antardasha. If you are an astrology enthusiast, definitely this is going to be an interesting take for you. So do watch this video till the end and you will get some remedies also towards the end, which will be exclusively for Mars and Ketu combination. Or if you want to book my consultation, you can directly book it via my website hiranyahasta.com or punneitsastrology.com, or you can email me at contact@punneitsastrology.com or contact@hiranyahasta.com. Also, if you want to book a kind of a remedial report which is manually created by me after analyzing your chart, where I am going to give you the remedies such as what mantras, what puja, what yantra, what rudraksh will be helpful, and what are some tips and remedies for current Antardasha. This is a manual report, not an automated report. It is created by me, short, crisp, but focused only on the remedy. You can book that report from the website. It's called Bhagyadeipika. Now let's start understanding the Mars and Ketu energy shift. The first thing is that Mars and Ketu combination can create sudden shifts in life. It can create unexpected changes, something that you have never seen before, something that you have never encountered before. Ketu is moksha, Mars is ambition, so it also draws you away from the usual course of life, usual ambition or usual path. Now Ketu is also said to be very impulsive. Mars is aggression. So aggression meets impulsive action, which means this is going to trigger a lot of confrontation, lot of war-like scenario, and something that brews up inside your heart has the potential to come out like a volcano. It bursts out like a volcano when Mars Mahadasha or Ketu Antardasha happens. And if you are experiencing Mars and Ketu Dasha Antardasha in the transit, when you experience Mars and Ketu, the energies become whole squared, the energy does not become doubled, it just goes to a different level. Accident, injuries are very much possible with Mars and Ketu. Surgeries are also seen in many cases, even in the healthy individuals, such as you are playing tennis and suddenly you injure your ankle or you injure your shoulder, you tear a ligament, and now you have to go for minor surgery. So this is something which can be very, very difficult to manage with Mars and Ketu. If your Mars and Ketu in your birth chart is not in a proper place, if it is not with Jupiter, if it does not have any blessing of some positive planet, then you need to be extra cautious and extra careful, because this can create unnecessary fight, war, road rage, or you see the fear, you face the fear, you see the conflict happening around you. You may see war around the world, which you are seeing obviously, but you can also see fights, you can also see that your dreams are not getting fulfilled, and this creates a feeling of detachment, disgust, and you might call it a quit. You might want to suddenly redirect your entire focus and energy into a completely different point of life. This is also going to create a lot of past life connections, especially your energy that is pending from the past life. If you have done any sadhana that is pending from the past life, that is going to be fulfilled when Mars and Ketu happen. So a lot of emotions will develop in your heart which you don't know why it is developing. This is the Mars and Ketu effect. Spiritual awakening in Tantra, mysticism, dark occult, aghora. In rare cases, it can happen, especially if your moon is with Rahu or Saturn. Now, from the perspective of career, this is a transit of career shift, abrupt career shift. So whenever Mars and Ketu comes into picture, there is always a possibility, because for people today, Mars is their ability to fight and work and execute the task. So this is definitely going to happen now, and when it happens now, it the war or the battlefield or the work area, that gets affected. Now this sudden career shift may be positive, may be negative, depending upon your own horoscope. This can create conflict with police, it can create armed conflicts, it can create conflict with weapons, it can put you into a situation where people can do some fraud. There can be politics between employees and team members. There can be unnecessary vengeance coming from people around you, somebody getting jealous. All this is possible. Then loss due to financial decisions is very much possible. I won't say it is inevitable, because your own horoscope matters. This video is more about technical breakdown. Not everything will happen to everyone. Something will happen to somebody, something will happen to somebody else. There will be always a risk of job loss, legal complication. There can be professional defamation if your Mars or Ketu is placed in the 10th house of the D10 chart. Now, in case of people who have strong Ketu in their birth chart, sudden career growth, victory in their career, victory in court cases can be seen out of the blue. Suddenly everything is coming in your favor. This is also a possibility with Mars and Ketu, Mahadasha or Antardasha. So financially it's not always bad. You have to assess your own Mars and Ketu. If your Mars is in a bad shape, say your Mars is in 8th house or 12th house or 7th house with Cancer zodiac sign, if it is with Saturn, then there can be a lot of friction in your life, and you will have to focus on that, because if you try to run away, because Ketu creates this feeling to run away, it can create a lot of challenges. In case of relationship and marriage, by default, because Mars and Ketu energy is detachment from responsibility and detachment from the masculine, this can create unnecessary conflict, unnecessary cold reaction from the partner. There can be physical separation, and even cases where divorces are seen, especially when Mars and Ketu are connected with 5th, 2nd, 4th and 7th house of your birth chart. Physical intimacy, emotional fulfillment, unnecessary dependency on the other person, and then people showing that they will be present in your life and then running away will be a common factor in many cases. Misunderstandings, ego clashes, unnecessary dominance or unnecessary surrender, too much of everything, suppressed anger, suppressed emotion, all that is very much possible. These things can build up. It may not express now, but for the next 3-4 months, it can build up, or over your entire Antardasha, Mahadasha period, it can build up and can react after Ketu comes into picture. Because after Ketu moves, what happens is Venus Antardasha comes into the scene. Now, if you are running Ketu Mahadasha and Mars Antardasha, the next step will be Ketu and Rahu. If you are running Mars Mahadasha and Ketu Antardasha, it will be Mars and Venus. In both the cases, this can be overreactive and this can change the shape of your life. So, any war, relationship war that you start now can turn out to be very ugly. Remember that. From the perspective of health, there is always, as I said earlier, there is always going to be a risk of inflammation, surgery, injuries, some kind of bruising, some kind of overall challenges in your blood. Obviously, it has to be seen from your birth chart, but this is just a general analysis. Some digestive or reproductive organs getting hit, your energies going into a very different tangent. Unless you completely surrender to the divine feminine and shift your energy to the prayers, this can affect your health. There is always going to be a chance of aggression, suppressed anger affecting your mental health, because Mars and Ketu affects more mental rather than physical. So remember that. Mars and Ketu in many cases can cause obsessive thinking. This can create inner convoluted energy, I will say vortex, that takes you into a ride that is spiraling down to the point of depression. So this is the time when you should talk with your loved ones and not allow overthinking to take over your mental peace. Mental pressure, impatience, the lack of clarity with Jupiter in combustion, this can create a lot of absurd thoughts coming in your mind. Suddenly you might feel that what you think is right and there is no need of validation. This is where the mind is going to play with you. Now, there is definitely going to be heightened intuition, psychic experience, and one who is in the sadhana, who is basically using the spiritual side of Mars and Ketu, are literally very safe. Perhaps precaution is better than cure is best applicable when Mars and Ketu Mahadasha Antardasha is running in your life, or Mars and Ketu combination is running in the transit. Now, in general, when you are driving, when you are dealing with sharp tools, when you are dealing with sharp objects, electric current or electric wirings, fire, or anything that has to do with heavy machineries, you will have to be very, very careful. Accidents can happen anytime, so refrain from adventure sports or trying to risk your life for unnecessary things. Control anger, or at least channelize your anger by doing constructive activity. Stretching your body beyond a certain point can break, so do not push yourself, push the boundary. This is not the time to push the boundary. This is the time to reset the boundary. Now, hope this helps you. Now, there are certain remedies which you can do either now or during your Antardasha Mahadasha of Mars and Ketu. First is definitely chanting Hanuman Chalisa. Bhagavan Hanuman's blessing, Hanumanji's blessing will definitely help you steer through the complexities of Mars and Ketu, and most of the things in Mars and Ketu are always random or sudden. So, Bhagavan Hanumanji's Kripa and your surrender will help you. Overall, donating red lentils, clothes, even copper items. Now, if you observe fast on Tuesdays or do some positive karma on Tuesday, it will be very, very helpful. Other thing is chanting Bhagwan Ganesh mantra, feeding stray dogs, and wearing silver yantra, which is for the Ketu or Mangal. Also chanting Angarak Shanti, or doing or performing Angarak Shanti Puja. Or if you want the significance of the current time, then you can do a Mahadurga Hawan or Mahadurga Pujan at your home, at your nearest temple. If you want us, we can do it for you. You can join our Navchandi Yajna, that is on 1st of July. So, or if you want puja details, you can just drop me an email. On the other hand, doing meditation, Durga Path, chanting Durga Bij Mantra, all these are, some of the basic remedies by which you will be able to manage the Mars and Ketu combination, Mars and Ketu, Dasha Antardasha. And for people who are having a combination of number 9 and number 7, both say in their car or in their phone number, should be a little careful while using that combination, because 9 and 7 combination is Mars and Ketu. Also combining red and grey color, or red and ash color or brown color, you should be a little cautious there, because that is also going to aggravate the Mars and Ketu. So for this brief period, try to use more floral, more neutral colors. Hope this helps. And if you want to book puja or you want to book a consultation, just drop me an email at contact@punneitastrology.com or contact@hiranyahasta.com. Namaste.